What social media's rise is doing to our society remains a puzzle for future historians. It is still unclear whether it has broken our brains, destroyed our social skills, and led to a generation of morally bankrupt wannabe influencers, or if that fear is just part of a natural order of things, where every older generation looks suspiciously at the youth, seeing them as too wild and rebellious. Amidst the ongoing debate, one social platform has risen among others and captured the attention of billions globally: TikTok. Despite the concerns about this potential negative effects, TikTok is a unique phenomenon. It doesn't just fill into the idea that society is getting worse, it provides a digital stage not only for the famous, but for individuals who, while not achieving traditional fame, maintain a real and authentic internet presence in this diverse community. However, a range of behaviors come to light, while some individuals resort to faking disorders and engaging in peculiar behaviors. For just a moment in the spotlight, others take an unexpected turn, involving themselves in actions that may truly be hard to believe.
I've never met anyone else like you, and I don't think I ever will. I'm not saying that because it's cliche, I'm saying that because no one's ever moved me the way that you do. You ever look at your person and think to yourself, wow.
The video you've just watched depicts a couple everyone believed had a seamlessly flawless life filled with love and happiness. However, the illusion was about to be tragically shattered on October 21st, 2021. Now, before he went by the name Gene Kid online, Ali Nasser Aliaben was born on May 18th, 1992 in Staten Island. While his family originally migrated to the US from Palestine, before growing his huge following on TikTok and YouTube, Ali worked as a senior IT network engineer. Even though it was a decent job, it was clear that comedy was something he wanted to pursue his career in. So he continued to grow his following by uploading funny content featuring impressions of Scarface and John Wick.
To be able to do the voice, but you got to know how he says certain words. If you didn't grow up watching the movie like I did, it's gonna be pretty tricky. But for me, I just picked it up. So I could say anything. Go on, young man. My stomach is bubbling. I'm gonna go take a shit. It's gonna be the nicest shit you've ever seen in your life. Do you hear that? Hey, where's the Pepto? Where's the Pepto-Bismol, man?
On January 27th, 2017, Ali would marry his longtime girlfriend, Anna Marie Ableman. On the outside, they really appeared to be a happy, successful couple who would often combine their viewerships and collaborate on videos together. Their impact on social media continued to grow, and eventually they welcomed a daughter into their lives. She became a delightful addition to their videos, creating an illusion of an ideal family. But as the saying goes, you never really know what someone is dealing with behind closed doors, and this was especially true for Anna and Ali. As their fame grew, so did the tensions in their marriage, resulting in incidences of domestic violence. 9 calls were called to the police in just 3 months, and a facade of a perfect family was crumbling. Ali, now a social media celebrity, was getting attention from all angles, making things even harder for their relationship. Amidst the escalating tensions, a chilling incident occurred. In a distressing episode, a couple living down the hall from Ali and Anna recounted an incident where Anna, in a vulnerable moment, had knocked on their door, urgently seeking their help to call the police due to an alleged physical abuse by her husband. A few days following the incident, on October 18th, 2021, Anna reached her breaking point. In a brave move, she asked Ali to leave and considered obtaining a restraining order and initiated the process of filing her divorce. Unknown to her, Ali had secretly duplicated their condo key, giving him the ability to observe her every move. Just 3 days later, on October 21st, 2021, Ali's actions took a dark turn. Sneaking into their home while Anna was away, he wreaked havoc and installed a monitoring app on their daughter's iPad. Despite returning to a trashed condo, Anna refrained from calling the police, completely unaware of Ali's disturbing plan already in motion. Fueled by jealousy, as Ali was listening to his wife's voice through a spying app, a mysterious laughter appeared. This ended up being a boiling point that led him to confront Anna and a mysterious man. He rushed to the condo, swiftly turning a confrontation into a deadly encounter. Ali's vision alleges betrayal, claiming he found Anna with a 29-year-old, Rayburn Candanis Barron. But the horror doesn't end there. While police were on their way to the scene, Ali drove directly to his daughter's school to pick her up, admitting to his daughter that he had hurt Mummy, and he also called his mother to confess to her that he had killed Anna. Thankfully though, he was quickly found driving. His daughter was in the back of the vehicle when he was apprehended, and he was taken into the police custody without a fight, which kind of makes you wonder what he may have been planning to do. Why did he directly go to pick up his daughter from school instead of leaving her there? Why did he still have the gun in his possession? We don't know. But luckily, she was found before things could have escalated even further. With the previous reports of abuse, with the separation and divorce in process, with the weapon found in his possession, and with the eyewitness testimony, you would likely think that this would be a quick case closed type of situation. But Ali, being the narcissist that he apparently is, decided to plead not guilty to the charges. While waiting trial at San Diego's detention facility, he decided to give a jailhouse interview to a Fox 5 News correspondent, and it didn't go well for him.
Admitted anything. Police say they have evidence against me. I don't know what it is.
So the prosecution says that you admitted to your mother that you did this, and then you pled not guilty. Can you explain that?
No, I can't.
Ali's family said that the fame changed him. According to his cousin, he was actually a very insecure person, and social media created a fake reality for him to escape to. It made him feel as if he was better than the other people. It created a monster.
Pulls out like a full bag of cocaine, not like a little bag, a big bag. And we're like, what the hell? You know, are you trying to get us all in trouble? He goes, I'm Jin Kid. I can do whatever I want. Nobody can touch me. I'm Jin Kid. You know?
However, Anna's best friend disagrees.
He's a bad guy. There's nothing good about him. He's selfish. That's all I can say, is selfish.
At this point, it appears like Ali is a whole lot more broken up over the fact his social media career has been destroyed than anything else. In the interview he gave from jail, he appears to get the most emotional when he talks about how well life was going for him and what a bright future he was going to have. Thankfully, his daughter wasn't in the home at the same time of the shooting. However, one day he will have to explain all of this to her. And in the meantime, she was going to go on without her mother or her father in her life because of the selfish social media influencer who thought he was so important that he could take the lives of two innocent people. While Ali awaits trial, our focus now turns to the next case, which is no less shocking. On August 1st, 2022, calls of shots fired in Rossville, Georgia flooded the local police station. Reacting swiftly, the police arrived at the scene within minutes, only to be confronted with a sight that left them shocked. They found 29-year-old Dakota Bradshaw shot inside his home. The victim was immediately transported to the hospital, but unfortunately he was pronounced dead upon arrival. After the tragedy struck their family, Bradshaw's mother took to Facebook, vowing not to rest until those responsible for the murder paid for their crimes. When the police started looking into what happened, Bradshaw's mom continued to work hard for justice. Soon her efforts started to show the outcomes she wanted. Witnesses played a key role as they reported seeing a red truck and blue Dodge Challenger leaving the scene, with a shooter getting into the red vehicle. It didn't take long for the drivers to be identified as a famous 23-year-old TikToker, Jonte Kayvon Collier and Eric Dotz from Alabama. This couple's rise to TikTok fame was fueled by their pro-LGBTQ+ stance, where they had actually amassed an eye-watering 800,000 followers on TikTok. Their profile primarily shared mini vlogs and life updates on what they did together. However, their attempt to evade capture was short-lived. On August 8th, authorities amassed efficient evidence to issue a murder warrant for Colin, and just 2 days later, he was apprehended when a search warrant was extended at his home. After his arrest, fans were rightfully shocked and confused by the allegations. Before more reports came to light, some reportedly thought Jonte had killed Eric, which was obviously not the case. Eric tried to keep their followers informed by updating them on the case via TikTok and insisted his boyfriend was innocent.
So for the past couple of days in the media, I've been seeing like a lot of things about John, and y'all are concerned about John. Is he okay? Has he harmed someone? Like, has he did anything to someone? No, he has not done anything to no one.
He even went to the extent of setting up a GoFundMe to collect funds for Colin's defense. Ironically, within a day, Eric himself was arrested by the US Marshals Service in Huntsville, Alabama, in connection to Bradshaw's murder. The motive behind the crime was Jonte's blue Challenger, which had been stolen and ended up at Brian Shaw's home. The couple faced a preliminary hearing 3 months after the incident.
The preliminary hearing took place Tuesday afternoon at the Walker County Courthouse. The two 23-year-olds from Huntsville, Alabama listened alongside Bradshaw's family and friends to the testimony of GBI agent Daniel Nicholson. Nicholson testified that a woman involved in the shooting named Ms. Collins has since revealed new details about what happened that August afternoon. The agent says the motive behind the incident was to retrieve a blue Dodge Challenger registered under Collier's name from Bradshaw's property. Collins' job specifically was to be the one who drove off with the Challenger. To get to Bradshaw's, he says Collins rode along in a red truck with Collier, Dodds, and others to get the car, and everyone was armed.
However, the story doesn't end there. What wasn't mentioned is that Eric Dotz and Jonte weren't the only culprits. It was later discovered that Deja Collins and Eric's brother, Darius Woods, were also involved and assist the couple in carrying out the murder. Wood's case still remains pending, and Collins was granted a plea deal in exchange for her testimony, which played a critical role in securing a conviction. The jury, composed of 14 individuals, took 4 hours to reach a guilty verdict. On May 30th, 2023, both Eric and Jonte were found guilty on 7 charges, the most serious being felony murder, resulting in a life sentence. While the previous influencers are now behind bars for their heinous acts, the story of the Vampire of Paris takes an even darker turn. This is the story of a murderer turned influencer who continues to roam free, making his story the most shocking and controversial of all time.
I was saving body parts such as skulls and skeletons. I wouldn't have to worry about any of their needs or anything. I just had complete control of the situation.
Nicholas Clarks, often referred to as Nico, or the Vampire of Paris, is a murderer whose dark criminal activities shocked France and garnered the worldwide attention. Despite this twisted past, Clarks remains a creepy presence on TikTok and YouTube, sharing frequent travel videos and promoting his website where he sells eerie products.
Hi, this is Nico, and today I'm going to talk to you about calendars. Last year I did a calendar with Eric from NHNF. It was called the Death Dealers Calendar 2021. And on this calendar, each month there was a different portrait of a true crime personality. For example, the January one was done by me, and it was the Black Dahlia. And February was done by him, and it was Richard Ramirez. Pogo for March, the Columbine Killers for April, H.H. Holmes for May, and so on.
However, beneath Klux's unsettling online persona lies a chilling past. Born in 1972 in France, his early years seemed unremarkable. Yet, as we move into his adolescence, the emergence of ominous signs becomes apparent. Klux developed an interest in Satanism, death, and the occult, which gradually escalated into a fascination with murder and cannibalism. As he grew, his interest turned into obsessions, especially during his employment at a morgue. Surrounded by death, Klux's morbid fascinations intensified. He even stole body parts from the corpse, a disturbing practice to his admitted cannibalistic tendencies. Klux's cannibalism wasn't driven by necessity, but by a grotesque curiosity, desiring an intimate connection with death. His actions at the morgue revealed a chilling disregard for the sanctity of the dead and a blatant crossing of ethical boundaries. However, the turning point in Klux's criminal history was the brutal murder of Thierry Bissonnier in 1994. Driven by twisted desires, Klux fatally stabbed Bissonnier, engaging in a gruesome display of cannibalism and vampirism. This heinous act led to his arrest, uncovering a horrific array of evidence linking him to various crimes. Besides the murder of Bissonnier, Klux was charged with grave robbery, desiccation of corpses stemming from his time working at the morgue. The police found stolen body parts along with an alarming collection of weapons and stolen identity cards in his possession. These findings painted a picture of a deeply disturbed individual whose criminal activities extended far beyond a single act of murder, making him one of France's most notorious criminals. Klux was shortly convicted of murder and grave robbery and was sentenced to 12 years in prison. He was released from prison in 2022, having served only 7 years of his sentence. Following his release, he gained notoriety in the media, often discussing his past crimes and experiences. He then wrote a book detailing his life and crimes, further cementing his infamous status, created considerable controversy, raising questions about the publication and consumption of such material. In an unexpected turn of events, Nico Klux re-emerged on TikTok, especially a platform popular with younger audiences, sparked concern. However, one of his viewers include a famous YouTuber and musician by the name of Jake Weber, who decided to contact Klux and eventually fly to France in order to meet him in person.
How are you? This is my friend Tori.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
And this is my friend Griffin.
It's kind of freezing, but we'll get used to it. Yeah, I used to do pentagrams and... Did you do this? No way. There's probably my name somewhere. This looks like me.
Right there, that little one.
So Jake, this is my special dinner for you. Carpaccio of the Andes. It's a recipe from the Cannibal Cookbook. Raw meat.
If you wondered what happened after their meeting, this is what Jake had to say about Nico.
How was the interaction off camera? Great question. Well, whenever I was going to Paris, I knew that we were about to make a video. So whenever the camera's rolling, I think me and Nico kind of mutually in our head agree that we want the video to be good. Nico's actually really chill, but I know, like, given his history, it's crazy. Do you believe he's killed more than one person? Oh, okay, so he's convicted of one murder, but it's said that he's done more possibly. I don't know. There's no really way of telling. That's the thing with Nico, is you don't really know. I don't really know if I might have eaten human meat or not. I don't think I did. But I mean, you never really know. You don't know anyone, right? You don't really know anyone. You know, what if I murdered someone? You don't know.
It won't come as a surprise for you to learn that Nico has his own viewers and fan base, and what some of them think about him is truly shocking. Whatever you think of Nicholas Klux, It's evident that his TikTok presence has reignited debates about the responsibility of social media platforms in monitoring content. The idea of a convicted murderer and self-proclaimed cannibal having access to a vast audience, including young people, poses significant ethical dilemmas. It raises questions about the limits of freedom of our expression versus public safety and moral responsibility. While some view it as a morbid curiosity, others are deeply disturbed by his presence and the potential impact on viewers. As we move through this situation, it's crucial to promote using media in a thoughtful way and think about the moral duties that social media platforms have. The narrative of Nicholas Klux encourages us not only to reflect on the past, but also to consider the implications for the future, urging a collective responsibility to foster a safer and more ethical online environment for everyone.